Hey, good evening, everybody. It is a little past 9:30 here on a Wednesday night. Looking at the crowd here. Wednesday's usually one of our slower nights, but the weather's was really active today, and I think we're going to see this pattern as we talked last night. It's going to last all the way into the weekend, but it will relax a little bit as far as the everyday deluge of thunderstorms. And some of you got skipped. Some of you didn't get any rain at all today, and we actually need rain. It's hard to believe we're talking about needing rain, but we know this happens every year. We get a lot of rain and then we don't get any rain at all. But we got some pretty good rain out there going on earlier today. Let's get on into the forecast here. Take a look at the current radar. And the radar still shows a few showers, mainly out there towards Barton and Cherokee, north of Red Bay, and extreme parts of western Colbert County. We may see this kind of trickle in. Nothing really big is going to happen tonight, that's for sure. And overall, we do expect a return to thunderstorms tomorrow. I'm noticing a little haze out there. There's going to be some fog again overnight tonight. May be pretty dense in some areas, especially with the recent heavy rainfall. And here's your daily planner for your Thursday, almost through this long work week after a short work week last week for some of you. Temperatures will quickly warm into the 80s. We may have a few light showers in the morning, and I talked about this earlier today, and I think the model guidance is kind of backing off a little bit on the scattered showers for the morning. Adam commenting on the garage. Thanks. Yeah, I work in the garage as much as I can, and then I come to work. And even on my dinner break, I'm working on my basket. I have a basketball goal I made a long time ago, and I'm refinishing it. It's got part of the hardwood floor from the old Allen Fieldhouse in the University of Kansas, the Jayhawks. And it was the floor they played on when I went to school there. So again, my wife bought me that as a Christmas present a long time ago, and I use it as a basketball goal, and I'm going through and I'm redoing the epoxy on that. So it's kind of a challenge, but making sure it's done right. But one of these days, I'll be giving you guys updates from the garage. Good little shower in Boaz. Thank you, Mandy. And we're going to see more rain tomorrow, more heavy downpours, a lot of low clouds, and there's always that potential for these downbursts. And I think that's what the Weather Service was doing today when they issued those two warnings. We didn't have any reports of damage. Yesterday we had some trees down. And again, that's just the nature of the beast this time of year. They're called downbursts, or occasionally, if they're big enough, they're called microbursts. And usually that's once the storm peaks, it's at that point that it starts to weaken, then it will collapse, and it will produce that one big gust of wind. On through the weekend, back up near 90, morning fog. So if you're going to go out on area lakes, watch out in the morning for the fog. But the peak time for the stronger thunderstorms is 1 o'clock to about 6 o'clock in the evening. Satellite radar looked pretty quiet around here tonight. Been a pretty uneventful night. But we still have those spotty showers that are hanging out in northeast Mississippi. The nation as a whole, very quiet out on the west coast. Some thunderstorms up in the Dakotas tonight. And it's been a pretty active day weather-wise in the Virginias all the way up to New York City and Washington, D.C. A bit of a break in New Mexico where they had the flash flooding last night, and another day of a break, but they did have some rain there in the hill country of Texas north of Austin earlier today. So here's your forecast tomorrow morning. Again, a few spotty showers, but I think the fog is going to be the bigger issue out there in the morning. And as we continue on, we're going to reach that point around noon. Thunderstorms start to fire up, isolated in the beginning, and then I think they kind of cluster together, and then we get some locally heavy rainfall out there, and that'll continue to move off to the east as we go through the rest of the day. It's pretty much rinse and repeat. We're reaching that time of year where it's really difficult to tell you exactly when to expect the rain. And again, the weather app's the best choice when it comes to the afternoon. You see, check the radar. I'm not saying the weather app's the best choice as far as the hour by hour goes, because none of the model guidance is going to be very good. But it gives you that insight when you look at the radar to tell where the rain is and how soon you may get rain. As we get into Friday, not much wind out there, a calm wind at noon. And there we go again. Noontime thunderstorms. They'll be scattered throughout the day. If you got evening plans Friday, just like clockwork, the storms go away. Here's your 3-day forecast. 87 tomorrow, 88 Friday, back up to 90 on Saturday. Each day is going to be very much the same. The clusters of storms will just end up in slightly different areas. Yeah, North Carolina had some flooding out there. Again, rough weather there. And again, that was tropical related. And right now, nothing tropical going on. It's fairly quiet. We'll take a look at that 10-day forecast after this break. I'll tell you what, if we're going to expect a slightly drier weather pattern. And of course, that means a hotter weather pattern as well. All right, everybody, let's talk mowing forecast. The best time to mow is the morning and the evening. You're going to have wet grass in the evening, but it may be a little damp out there with some dew in the morning due to the recent rainfall. But just make sure you got a sharp blade this time of year. If you're, again, one of the challenges with mowing and weed eating, anything outdoors that you're doing a chore, is it's really hard to notice when thunderstorms are approaching during the afternoon, and they can be nearby and produce lightning, and you can still get struck by lightning. So again, pay attention, check the radar. If you're out mowing occasionally, you don't want one of those storms sneaking up on you. Rain chances remain rather high, 50 to 60% through Saturday, and then they start to taper off a little bit. The rest of that 10-day forecast, we are going to get in a bit of a monotonous pattern here with more scattered showers and thunderstorms Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then becoming a little more isolated, hit and miss at times Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But overall, I don't see any significant threat for severe weather. We're kind of out of that weather pattern. These are just daily thunderstorms, very heavy rain, lightning, and that's a big threat for outdoor activities, maybe ball games, things like that. So again, make sure someone's monitoring the weather when we have storms in the forecast. And most of the storms are going to develop between 1 in the afternoon and about 6 in the evening, and fading away around sunset. Space station flew over again tonight, just a little after 9 o'clock. I haven't checked, but we're kind of in that pattern. It may be flying through again tomorrow night. But we're almost to the weekend. I'm getting ready for that 10 o'clock news. Going to do a radio, and then I'll be back here again tonight, tomorrow night, that is, at 9:30 on WFF 40 News, coming up tonight at 10. But right now, I got to tell you, I've already told you all you need to know, right? But tune in anyway. Margot's got some other things that you may not be aware of.